The greatest threat to global stability isn't what you can see on a high-resolution satellite map. It isn't found in the open hangars of air bases or the visible decks of aircraft carriers. The real threat lies where the sun never reaches. It lies 500 meters beneath the jagged sun-scorched granite of the Iranian plateau. For decades, the world has watched the skies, tracking the flight paths of test missiles and the rhetoric of generals. But while we looked up, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps was looking down. They have spent 40 years carving a subterranean empire out of the very bones of the earth. They don't call them bases, they don't call them bunkers, they call them missile cities. This is not a single location. It is a vast, interconnected labyrinth of reinforced concrete, automated railways, and vertical launch galleries designed for one single terrifying purpose: to survive a total nuclear decapitation strike and fire back with a swarm of ballistic fury within seconds. Today, we pull back the layers of the Earth. We are going inside the anatomical breakdown of Iran's secret missile subway, the fortress that the world's most powerful bunker busters cannot reach, and the architecture of a second strike capability that has fundamentally redrawn the map of the Middle East. In the brutal logic of modern warfare, there is an eternal race between the hammer and the shield. For the last 20 years, the American hammer has been the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator, a 30,000-pound monster of hardened steel designed to punch through 60 meters of reinforced concrete before detonating. It is a weapon designed to kill mountains. But Iran has built a shield that the hammer cannot break. By burrowing 500 meters deep into the Zagros Mountains, the IRGC has utilized geology as its primary armor. To understand the scale of this, you have to understand the physics of the Earth. At these depths, the weight of the mountain above creates an incredible amount of pressure, making the granite nearly as dense as steel. This isn't just a roof, it's a natural shock absorber. Even a tactical nuclear weapon detonating on the surface would send a shock wave that would dissipate long before it reached the primary galleries. But the depth is only the beginning. The architecture of these cities is built on a philosophy of the subway of war. In a traditional silo, a missile is a sitting duck. It is a fixed point on a map. But inside these mountains, the missiles are never static. They are stored in deep hives, massively reinforced caverns located miles away from the actual launch points. When the order is given, these missiles are moved via high-speed automated rail systems. They move through the dark, hidden from thermal sensors and spy satellites, traveling to secret launch galleries scattered across the mountain range. By the time a satellite detects the heat signature of a launch, the missile is already in the stratosphere, and the launcher has already retreated miles back into the granite dark. You aren't just fighting an army, you are fighting a ghost in a mountain. Let's look at the anatomical blueprint of a single city. This is not just a tunnel, it is a self-sustaining ecosystem designed to function for months without any contact with the outside world. At the heart of the complex lies the assembly hall. This is a massive, sterile chamber, climate-controlled to the degree where solid fuel boosters are mated to warheads. In these halls, the air is filtered, the lighting is artificial, and the silence is absolute. It is here that the logistics of war are managed by the signal wagons, mobile command centers filled with encrypted fiber optic lines that run through the bedrock, connecting directly to the central command in Tehran. These lines are immune to electronic jamming and solar flares. Adjacent to the assembly halls are the personnel quadrants. Thousands of IRGC soldiers live here in shifts, never seeing the sun for weeks at a time. They have their own water filtration plants, their own power grids fueled by deep earth generators, and enough food supplies to outlast a siege.
But the most critical piece of engineering is the launch gallery. These are narrow vertical shafts that lead to the surface. From the outside, they are masterpieces of camouflage, hidden behind moving rocks, fake vegetation, or disguised as natural crevices in a cliff face. But inside, they are high-tech chimneys. They are equipped with sophisticated rapid venting systems designed to suck away the immense heat and toxic gases of a rocket motor in milliseconds. If they didn't have these, the heat of a single launch would incinerate everyone inside the tunnel. How does a missile fire from the heart of a mountain without destroying the mountain itself? The IRGC has perfected the cold launch technique. Using a high-pressure compressed gas system, the missile is literally popped out of its tube like a piston. It travels 30 to 50 feet into the air, clearing the mountain's edge before its primary engine ignites. This protects the internal infrastructure of the tunnel from fire damage. It means the gallery can be cleared, cooled, and reloaded for the next volley within minutes. It is a factory line for destruction. While a traditional silo might take hours or days to reload, the missile subway can fire a continuous stream of projectiles, creating a swarm effect that can overwhelm even the most advanced missile defense systems like the Iron Dome or the Aegis. Why spend billions of dollars and decades of labor digging into the earth? Because it creates the ultimate strategic stalemate. In a conventional conflict, a superior air force can achieve total dominance in the first hour by destroying the enemy's runways, hangars, and silos. But you cannot destroy a mountain range. If an adversary decides to strike Iran, these cities ensure that the cost of that strike will be astronomical. It is a doctrine of mutually assured survival. As long as these tunnels exist, Iran possesses a second strike capability. Even if every city on the surface is leveled, the cities below will remain intact, ready to launch hundreds of Hajj Qasem and Khaybar Shikan missiles at targets across the region. This architecture has changed the very nature of deterrence. It forces an enemy to ask, is the target worth the retaliation we cannot stop? We live in an era where the most important structures in our world are the ones we will never see with our own eyes. The missile cities of Iran are not just military bases. They are a testament to a specific kind of human ingenuity, one born of isolation, paranoia, and the absolute will to survive. They are the physical manifestation of a shadow war that has been simmering for 40 years, a war of granite against steel, of depth against detection. As we stand on the surface and look at the jagged peaks of the Zagros, we must realize that we are standing on the roof of a fortress that is very much alive, buzzing with the sound of automated rails and the silent preparation for a day everyone hopes will never come. If you want to understand the hidden structures that define our world, the blueprints that remain hidden from the light of day, you are in the right place. From the deep-sea tombs of the Kursk to the granite hives of the IRGC, we pull back the curtain on the architecture of power.
This is The Spy, and this has been a deep dive into the 500 meters of secrets buried beneath the earth. If you found this breakdown valuable, subscribe to The Spy. Our next investigation takes us into the heart of the most guarded intelligence facility on the planet. You won't want to miss the blueprint. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon, but never forget what lies beneath your feet.